I could give you a trauma tour.
For your birthday?
This is where this happened. This is where this happened. This is the parking garage.
Maybe you can stay in Texas for your birthday.
Welcome to Wine About It.
This is funny.
This is gonna be the worst. Oh
wow. We're both just so fried.
People are gonna think we're high. That was a crazy start to this episode.
Should we? What if we just bait it? We got high and recorded a podcast. We're just sober, just so tired.
I mean, I'm game.
I'm game.
Everybody keep it a secret from everybody else.
Yeah, guys, from here on out.
If you're watching this, plug your ears.
I'm so high.
Keep it a secret.
Go back and plug your ears and now unplug your ears.
Yeah. Welcome to Wine About It.
Do you think if men had periods, the world would be a different place?
Dude, men could not handle periods. Have you seen a man have any ailment whatsoever? It's actually crazy.
Yeah,
Men
I think
sick.
about it.
Men being sick, oh my God.
You're just a man hater, number one. Number two.
You're right. You're right.
They
you're
would
right,
have
you're right.
the dopest tampons. They'd have like cool, like fucking gunmetal tampons and like, they'd have like cool, yeah, they'd have like titanium tampons.
Ew.
Like,
Have you ever used a cardboard tampon?
like in the cardboard applicator? Yeah.
Ouchie.
They suck.
Yeah, they hurt really
Yeah.
bad.
Have you ever been, do you remember like in high school, like when you'd have to ask someone to borrow a tampon and then it'd be like, you know, the most mortifying thing in the world, but then they'd give you like a brand that you're not used to, or like the European ones without the applicator. And you're like,
Have you ever accidentally pushed a tampon out of its applicator before you put it inside of you, and then you don't want to waste the tampon because
so you put it like a hot dog between the buns?
So you try to put the cotton. Yes. So you try to put the
Mm-hmm.
cotton tampon itself in. That's even worse than a cardboard applicator.
Yeah.
It hurts.
I agree.
I would not recommend.
Don't recommend. Did I ever tell this story of like the first time? I think I did. The first time I used a tampon, and it was like mortifying.
I also have a mortifying first time using a tampon story, but go ahead.
I think I might have told this forever ago, but dude, this is one of those. Sometimes some of the words come out of my mouth. I'm like, these things shouldn't come out of my mouth. But I remember we were on like a family trip because my mom's friend had a fucking timeshare down in Nevada or something like that. It was so random. So like, you know, it's like 2 or 3 families staying at this tiny timeshare it was a houseboat timeshare. And I start my period. I'm sharing the bed with 3 people. I think it was like me and like my mom's friend's daughter and then the other daughter or something. And we all had to share the bed together. But you know, it was a lake trip and we were supposed to go jet skiing or something like that. And so like I asked my mom for a tampon and my mom like buys me tampons for the first time ever. And I'm like super discreet and nervous about it. And then you go in the houseboat bathroom. And when I say houseboat, this was not like a yacht like you're thinking of. This was like, I don't know. I guess my brain, when I heard houseboat, I thought like big ass houseboat. It was like rinky dink, like kind of sketchy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Boat with some beds on it. And I go to the bathroom and I like put it in. It's the most painful experience in the world. You know, I'm losing my virginity, this tube of cotton. It's very romantic, but also painful. And then there's like signs because it's a boat and it's like, don't put any like female
tampons in the toilet,
whatever in the toilet. And you're like, what the freak am I supposed to do with this freaking tampon? And I'm sharing this house with all these people. If I put the tampon applicator in the garbage, they're all going to know I'm on my period. And then they're going to have to tie stones to me and drop me in the lake. Like, you know, cause no one can know you're on your period.
You got to wrap it up with toilet paper, like a little cigarette.
Yeah. So then, but I was too afraid to even do that. So I would wrap it up, take it to my suitcase and put it in a Ziploc bag because I was so embarrassed and scared of people finding out I was on my period.
Dude, we need to talk to girls when they're much younger about why periods are so chill. Why are periods so traumatic? It's actually so messed up that it happens to every girl, and it's so traumatizing for every one of them.
We shouldn't just talk to girls. I feel like we should talk to the world. I feel like everyone should know
you're
about
right.
periods.
You're so right. Actually, it's probably more men's fault than women's.
She's found it again. I think if all of us poop, then all of us should talk about periods. I guess not all of us get periods, but still.
Right. My first tampon experience was, first of all, it was in high school, which I think is, maybe that's normal. But I was using pads for a long time because that's all my mom bought me. And I was playing soccer in high school. So I would imagine playing soccer in a diaper.
Oh.
Because that's literally what I had these fat overnight pads, right?
Which pads have gotten different now. Pads are they have that.
She's really got to think about this. She's thinking on the last time she saw a pad.
I'm either getting robbed or my boyfriend's home. Burglar? Hi, girlfriend. Boyfriend, not burglar.
Crazy.
Huge. Hi, I love you. We're recording wine about it. Okay. Oh, he left. He's been working all day. His hands look like that, so mine can look like this and apply tampons.
Right.
My long ass fingers. Sorry.
I don't like that you said long ass fingers for applying tampons like that's necessary, because that makes it sound like you gotta put it in there.
It's definitely helpful if you lost a tampon in you and you had no one to call. I'm a good person to call. I got piano fingers.
That's
Voldemort
crazy.
digits.
I've never lost a tampon. Anyway, I was playing soccer in high school with pads, and you bleed into the pads, and it's thick cotton padding on your underwear, and you have to run with that. Imagine playing soccer with a bloody diaper on. I was doing that for a whole year, and then finally I was yeah. And all my teammates were wearing tampons, which I'd never used. So then I had to ask my mom for tampons, which was traumatizing for some reason, which is crazy. And then no one really told me. They were just go put it in there, which is crazy. If I had a daughter right now and she was going to use a tampon for the first time, I really feel like I would be so, I was going to say so in there, but I didn't mean it like that. I meant I would be so on top of.
Cool. Yeah. No, cool.
You know what I mean? Sure. So then I go into the bathroom by myself and reading the tampon box by myself.
Pamphlet.
Reading the pamphlet that's
is
huge.
Hey, you could fucking die if you use this, and you're
okay. And then I have to and then it's oh, put it in this hole, not this hole. So then you have to get a mirror and you have to hold it. And you've never looked at yourself like that. I did the mirror thing because it gave me a diagram of where to put it.
It does give you a diagram.
Because we're all virgins. So we're I don't know anything about that part of my body. So you're holding a mirror.
That many holes.
Yeah, and you're where does this go? So traumatizing because you've never seen that. And then it's painful. And so I got super nauseous and felt like I was going to pass out. And then I laid on the floor of my room with no pants on and was just shaking, nauseous. And then my sister offered to help me. And I said, no.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Crazy. I don't remember how I got it in though, but I know it was not easy.
I know eventually it got easier, but you'd do the pose where you put one foot on the toilet because that's what it says in the pamphlet. It's lift one leg up and you're okay.
Yeah, I was sitting. But it feels so bad. Oh my gosh. So sorry to everybody that's had to use a tampon.
This was I forgot about the other half of this is then, I get the tampon in and then we go on jet skis. And when you're on a jet ski, it's and I am crying from the pain of my pelvis hitting against the jet ski with a tampon in me.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's tragic. I've had that on horseback.
Bad. Yeah.
That sucks really bad.
Yeah. Anyway, that's how I lost my virginity.
You can do whatever it is with your hymen that way.
I imagine I did. Because it hurts so bad. Yeah. Never felt pain like that. I have because I have vaginismus, but that's a different story.
Right. Is this what you guys came here for?
Hey.
Welcome to Wine About It. This is going to be the worst episode we've ever done, maybe, because Cutie and I have had the most insane work weeks that we've had since, for you, since Streamer Awards.
Since a month ago, yeah.
Yeah. But for me, it's been a long time. I'm dying. Also,
dying.
do you want to explain your background? She's very well read now.
Hey guys, I got a bunch of books.
The
hey
clamp
guys,
on
don't look at that. Hey guys, I recently came into money by selling Tupperware, and you could also come into this much money and buy this many books if you buy my package of Tupperware and have 5 extra people sign up, and I get a percentage every time they sell, and you get a percentage. But do you see what I'm doing? It's called an MLM. Catch up, bucko.
You know what it feels like today, and I feel like you maybe are having the same thing?
Huh?
When I was doing my collab today, I could not feel or like see words before they were coming out of my mouth. I felt like a robot.
That sentence.
They were just, you know how normally you can like think about what you're gonna say and then say it?
Mm-mm.
I feel
maybe
like
you're
I'm
dissociated.
usually,
Welcome to the club.
I feel like a robot.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot
Cool.
think about anything that's coming out of my mouth right now. And I couldn't today either. It was weird. Kind of freaks me out. I feel like I'm levitating in a really bad way.
Oh, that's my life. 24/7. Welcome to the club. Excited to have you.
Dude, my ferret's playing with a ball. Audio listeners, he's playing with a ball.
Audio listeners, you can't even tell what it is.
Believe me, that's what he's doing. Okay, so why have we had crazy work weeks, cutie?
I had Master Baker this week, and though you only see me streaming from 11 to 2, we are in LA, so it's hours and hours of traffic. Plus, then it is entertaining guests, and also trying to do my rest of my work on top of that. So it's a little complicated, and trying to prep for the next day and all this shit. Luckily, I have more people on my team now, so it's easier, but it's still so draining. And then my period started too, and then I have other stuff on in my personal life that I can't really tell you guys about. And then Taylor Swift's album came out, which that's a whole thing. That's exhausting. And then I signed my lease for my place. Decoden.
I don't think you told me that.
I did. I texted you and you said, woohoo.
Did you?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god. Wait, something bad is happening to me.
Drama. Google derealization.
Oh
Tell
my
me if it applies.
I did reply to you. Ooh, that freaks me out. I don't like that I don't remember that. I don't like that at all.
Womp, womp, womp. Womp, 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 womp.
I've had 5 collabs this week. 5 collabs the past 5 days. Which means I had people come to Alveus to stream and to get a tour.
PSA real quick, everybody. We're whining about it with the H. If you don't like whining about it, leave, because this is one of those episodes. But it'll be fun too.
It'll be fun.
Just had to give a PSA.
I had Pokimane, Hyun, and Arya Saki day 1. Day 2, I had X Choco Bars. Day 3, I had Angels Kimmy. Day 4, I had Valky Ray. And day 5, I had Fusli. Back to back to back to back to back. And they all came to Alveus and they all met all the animals. And they were all great. And they raised a ton of money. So it was a very good week. But I'm also very tired. And I think I have become addicted to taking days off. And I've talked to you about this before. I never used to have this problem where I could work like weeks and weeks and weeks straight and like not take an actual like intentional day off and just not think about it. And now that I've been intentional about taking a day off a week, I feel insane when I don't take. It's been like a couple weeks since I've taken a day off and I can't remember the day of the week. I don't know what time it is. I don't know what I have to do today. I don't know what I have scheduled today. I don't know what I'm eating. I don't know when I'm sleeping. I don't know when I'm showering, and I feel crazy.
Can I say something selfish?
Yeah.
Your birthday is coming up,
Oh, yeah.
and I want you to come to California.
That is insane.
I'll show you a good time.
That's crazy.
What if I book the whole thing? Come on. I'll book a whole thing.
Is that
It'll
why
be
you
so
sent me that
fun.
TikTok?
Wasn't it cute place?
It was a really cute hotel.
I sent her a cute little Airbnb or no bed and breakfast. They only have bread and other breakfast items.
I love bread.
Yeah, and then I went down a rabbit hole of cute like bed and breakfasts in Santa Barbara, and then I was like, maybe I could convince her. What if I book the whole thing and I treat you to a nice weekend?
Then I would feel bad.
Why? It's your birthday, and I'm rich. Look at all my books.
You do have a lot of books.
Books aren't cheap.
They're very realistic.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I'll buy your airplane ticket, buy your boyfriend's airplane ticket. I'll buy one for your ferret if he has to come.
What is it? Me, my boyfriend, you, and Ludwig?
Who else? You want Squeaks to come? I'll call him.
No.
Who else is at your dream birthday besides Squeaks? JHB? Prezzo. Okay. Well. You want your sister to come?
Is this mean? I can't think of anybody else.
Maybe it's mean. You have like one other friend that's watching that's like, hey.
Oh. Yeah. I don't know. I can't think of anybody that I know at all.
And we can hit a dive bar and do you can do karaoke. You love going to karaoke even though you don't sing. I don't really know why you go.
I go because that's
think
where
you just
people hang out. It has
okay, then we don't need to do that.
The music.
You and Caleb can have one romantic evening to yourself. One of the days, I will not bother you. You may go to dinner. I will not come. Maybe I will come, but we'll be at a different table. If it's a nice enough place, I don't want to miss out.
That's crazy.
Well, I don't want to miss out if it's a good place.
You would be proud of me. I went to karaoke this past week, and Britt and I lied to a couple guys about everything.
I love lying.
I know you love doing that in public. They're like, "Oh, what are your names?" And I don't remember. Britt said like some names that weren't ours. And they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And she's like, "We work in cubicles." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm across from her in the cubicle across the hall."
That's crazy. You guys are wild.
It was crazy. And then
Britt could come to Santa Barbara.
Britt gave them ribs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I probably shouldn't say this out loud. I almost orchestrated it behind your back and almost texted your boyfriend and was like, what if I just do that? And then I text Space and I have him make sure everything's okay at Alves and then, or like, Connor, and then everything's taken care of and he just blindfolds you and puts you on an airplane. But then I was like, I think should be stressed out.
No world where I would let my boyfriend take me to an airport if I didn't know how long I was going to be gone, where I was going. Who's taking care of my pets?
What if he said this? What if he said,
if my staff knows?
M'lady.
I would hate if he said that to me. But I have been saying my lady lately. That's so funny that you say that.
Oh, I say it all the time, so maybe you got it from me.
Oh, maybe. I've been saying it to men. I don't know, man. I don't want to get on a plane, dude.
Oh, damn. I don't want to. She doesn't want to come.
I don't want to get on a plane.
I will plan it all. It would be so easy for you, and you'd have the best weekend ever. Just saying. You can think about it.
That's very nice of you. That's very nice.
You know why?
How old am I gonna be?
26. 26. Yeah.
Jeez, yeehaw.
Because I was this. It's not going to happen, but I tried, or I've been talking about the idea of flying to you for your birthday because I know what you want to do for your birthday. But I've tried, and every single time I even pull up flights, I freak out. So I don't think it's going to happen. But I was trying to get myself to get there. I don't think I can.
That is so crazy. Look, I understand your airplane thing. I get why it's really hard for you to fly. But for me to have to fly to California so we can spend my birthday together is crazy, dude.
But you'll have so much fun, and I'll take care of you. Just let me take care of you.
Don't say that to me, please.
We've never celebrated one of your birthdays together, and maybe it'd be your best birthday ever.
Yeah, maybe.
You'd have so much fun.
I need a bathtub.
I would get you the nicest bathtub.
I tried to take a bath in your bathtub and the water didn't get hot enough. I couldn't take a bath in your bathtub.
We're not staying at my house. We're going to Santa Barbara. Chill.
Wait, don't leave.
Chill. Guys, we're not going there.
Don't go to Santa Barbara.
We're going to Miami. Girls trip. Miami.
Miami?
Yeah, I remember when we lied and said we went to Miami.
Nobody believed that.
Nobody believed it.
That's so
the second we started the stream.
Miami.
Just consider it, okay? It's out there. Your birthday, we just do a nice little weekend. I'd take care of all the details. You'd feel so relaxed. Itinerary would be optional, but it would all be booked and taken care of.
In a Google Doc.
In a Google Doc. You've seen my Google Docs. They're pretty impressive.
A good Google Doc.
It'd all be Maya themed. I'm not even kidding. I looked it up. I found a craft class we could go to and make candles in Santa Barbara.
I fuck with candles.
Yeah. And a chocolate bar making class. I was like, that could be fun. I found horseback riding on the beach in the morning.
I usually feel bad about that.
Oh. Okay, we're not going then.
I would not feel bad me being on the horse. I feel bad for dumbs on the horses.
Ludwig?
Yeah. That are like yanking on their mouth, you know, and like kicking.
Well, he won't do that.
Well,
we could skip that one.
Okay.
That's easy.
We could visit just my old college, and I could give you a trauma tour.
For your birthday?
Because that's so close to where I went to school. We could go to San Luis Obispo, and I could take you to all the spots of this is where this happened, this is where this happened, this is the parking garage.
Yeah, maybe you can stay in Texas for your birthday.
I'm gonna be honest, I've actually thought about that several times. Not that I want to do that, but there is a part of me that wants to have that done. I don't want to actually do it, but I do kind of want. Like, I would kind of like to visit all those places from college that absolutely ruined my life just for closure. You know what I mean? But that's a very heavy trip, and I don't actually want to put myself through that. And also, I don't have time.
One time,
but we could do it for my birthday.
Not the trauma thing, but we could do other fun stuff, like make chocolate bars.
Yeah. I have some trauma in Santa Barbara as well.
And there's a sailing class. We could go sailing as a family.
I guess seasick.
Oh, good, because I also do, but I was gonna tough it out if you loved it. I
hate sailing.
I would.
You know, we could
I'd get so tired.
We could find a forest party. They have those in Santa Barbara.
Hey, don't get my hopes up. I love a good
walk
forest
into the
party.
forest and there's like a big rave like orgy thing. I think.
Ooh,
like drugs, lots of drugs.
I don't.
My friends used to go.
It.
Oh,
I don't know if I want to do that.
Okay. Maybe it's for college
but
kids.
If that's what you want for your birthday, then I guess I can put it on the itinerary.
I wouldn't want it if we didn't have a podcast.
Okay.
I think we'd get crazy stories, but that's all. I don't actually want to experience that.
Okay. Well, then I won't put that on the itinerary. You're not coming anyway. I already know it. Unless.
My ferret's chewing on a ball again.
Just think about it.
I'll think about it. I'm thinking about it. That's very nice of you.
I'll literally buy everything. You won't have to think about it.
That's crazy. Then I would actually just
I'm so rich. Look at my books.
Wine About It viewers, do you think that I should do that? They're
guys,
like, yes, then we can get an in-person episode. No.
No, because you're not supposed to work on your birthday.
No working on my birthday. No working.
Ow, my neck. What sucks is my brain, where it's at right now, is a few things have popped up while I was on this tangent, and I meant to circle back to them, but my brain's so fried I couldn't remember them. Oh, oh, freak. You go. I'll remember mine.
No, you can go. I'll remember mine for sure.
We were talking about stopping at trauma places. I remember one time I drove to the house I used to live at with my ex, just like, I actually remember now that I didn't do it intentionally. I went to like meet friends with lunch and I was driving home and I just drove home, but to that home. And I pulled up and I was like, what the fuck? And I had like this whole moment of like, that was weird. Like I went into autopilot, but then because I realized as soon as I turned down the street and then I was like, oh, shake it off. And then I was like, oh, well, it's right here. Like, let's see if this invokes any feelings. And I pulled up and there was a welcome baby sign and like an it's a girl sign outside. And I was like, like thinking like, oh my God, did he already like move on and get a girl or have a baby and all this stuff? And then I realized like, no, he moved out and somebody else lives here now.
Oh, I
had a moment of like, what the hell?
That's crazy. Did you like pull up and stop there? That's crazy.
Yeah, but it was like a Saturday afternoon or something. It wasn't like
that's even worse.
Why?
Because then they'll probably be home.
Well, they were having a baby shower.
Okay.
It's not like he was there. I didn't think he was there.
Right. I've done drive-bys for sure at ex's houses just to get a vibe check, you know? How over this am I? Check. You know what I mean?
Yeah. How over this am I? I think I was only really bad at that in high school. I remember in high school.
Would you drive by and like look in their windows?
Oh my God. Have I ever told this story? Yeah. Hello. No, oh, this is a traumatic story. I actually had the cops called on me once. Because of a drive-by gone wrong.
Oh.
So essentially, boy I liked in high school, he would sneak out sometimes. So he'd sneak out of his window and he didn't have a car. Great guy. He didn't have a car. I mean, we were both in high school, so I don't know why I'm flaming him.
That's fine if you don't have a car in high school.
Yeah, that's totally fine. I just realized that like I naturally went to flame a man without a car and that was really toxic of me and I'm sorry. I just forgot we were both like 16. But I drive past his house and like, he would like sneak out together and then we were like in this weird like off again, like on again, off again area and we were in the off again. And then one time I was staying at a friend's house and she was staying at my house, aka we were just wandering throughout the night. We used to do that all the time. And I do a drive-by and his car's at his house. So of course I'm like, you know what? It's time him and I catch up. So I did the typical take the rocks and throw it at his window. And he doesn't answer. And I'm like, oh, but like this sounds creepier than it was. In the moment it made sense because this is something we used to do all the time. Like it wasn't like a really crazy thing that I was doing this. It was like pretty normal. But also, a lot of the time, if one of us didn't answer the rocks, we would just open the other one's window and like crawl into their house. It was fine. And we weren't like on like bad breakup terms. It was just like one of those toxic relationships where we would just like literally show up at each other's house all the time in the middle of the night and whatever. And so his car's there. So I think he's there and I'm throwing the rocks and he doesn't answer. So then I go to the side of the house, I crawl up, it's on the second story is his room, and I'm above the garage, and I go to slide his window open. Yeah, I crawl like the Grudge girl. I go to slide his window open, and the light flicks on him, so I'm like, oh, he must be coming, but then it's his dad.
Oh. And then he called the police?
Yeah.
On a high school girl? That seems crazy.
Well,
is that really necessary?
He didn't know me because we had
Well, what did he think, you were robbing the place?
I don't know. But I just said, oh my gosh, and I ran away and I jumped down and then I drove away. But then I circled back to make sure everything was chill and the police were there.
I feel like I'm being sexist here, but I feel like if you have a high school kid and there's like a high school girl, I would make the assumption that it was a girlfriend. I mean, we lived
in a very sketchy neighborhood and he wasn't allowed to have girlfriends.
Okay. Well, did the cops see you?
No.
Yay.
I got away with it.
That's excellent.
But then the boy made fun of me forever. He was like, LOL, my dad caught you. And I was like, it wasn't even me. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's so funny. I've never thrown rocks at a guy's window and I've never snuck out. I've never had a guy sneak out for me either.
Oh my gosh. Me and my friend in high school, we used to do it all the time. We would say, I'm sleeping at so-and-so's house, and she'd say she was sleeping at my house, and our parents didn't communicate because they had nothing in common. And we would just like sleep in my truck. I had an old truck.
Dude, I used to sleep in my truck all the time, but it was because I was depressed.
Oh. Yeah, we're different. I was
in
wild.
college. I had a roommate, and I was so depressed I would cry myself to sleep every night, and I didn't want her to hear, so I would sleep in my truck, and I would like scream carry in my truck until I fell asleep in the back seat.
Well, that was a vibe killer.
Sometimes I still lay down in the back of that truck to feel something. I still have it. It's an F-150. So it's actually really roomy. It was pretty comfy, if I'm being honest. Things could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, I had a Ford Ranger. It didn't really have a back seat, so we would have blankets and quite literally lay in the back of the truck.
That doesn't sound as comfy.
It was
what I did. I worked a job at a zoo in college, and I did the most. I was doing like 15-hour days on the weekends at the zoo, and so I would just sleep in my truck in the parking lot at the zoo, and then I'd wake up in the morning and go back in and do it again.
That sounds miserable.
It was really. I also wasn't getting paid. I was an unpaid intern, so I don't know why I was doing that. But I tried really hard.
Well, thank God it paid off. You got the promotion. Look at you now.
Did. I actually never got paid. But I do have my own sanctuary now. So that is good. I had a football game last week that I told you about.
Yeah, when are your football games?
Wednesday nights.
Oh.
Guys, I'm on a co-ed flag football team now. I don't know anything about football. I learned all the rules of football. I learned how to throw it. I learned how to catch it. I learned how to run routes. And I learned some positions. And then I went to a game. And guess what the final score was?
69. What?
No. 40-0.
Oof. Wow. How'd they get so many in?
I don't know. And I think it's 7. I don't know. Okay, maybe it wasn't 40. Whatever, 40, maybe it was 42. I don't know. Whatever. It was to 0 though. It was really not fun. I got us a penalty the very start of the game. This is probably why we lost. Actually, it's probably my fault. I said it on really bad vibes. But you know how like there's a person that throws it back to the quarterback? He goes like, "Boo, 42, applesauce. It's hike."
I'm sorry. I zoned out. What?
I see that.
Was my bad.
You know how at the beginning of a football
usually
game,
I can still get it, but it didn't capture.
You know how at the beginning of a football game,
okay, yeah,
someone throws the quarterback the ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And they say whatever. I was the one throwing the quarterback the ball, and he said, "Down, set, hit," which I thought that he was just saying more random words like they say, right?
Yeah.
Before they catch the ball, he's like, "Down, set, hit," but apparently you can say hit and hike, like it means both. And then I was like, I didn't throw it to him because I didn't think that he was ready. And then they were like 5 yards. What the hell? So then I got my team a 5-yard penalty immediately.
Because you threw it or you didn't throw it?
Because I didn't throw it when he said hit.
Oh.
Because I was waiting for him to say hike.
Is this guy on your team?
Yes, it's Darion.
Fucking Darion, that idiot.
Darion didn't say hike, and so I didn't throw it to him, and then I got us in trouble, and then we didn't run any of our plays that E-Rob taught us, so I didn't know where to go, and then the girls on the other team were way better.
Plays?
I don't know, because we didn't have enough time, and nobody knew where to go anyway, so we were like, forget it, just run routes.
Damn, that's some
I didn't know where to go. Yeah, it sucked, and the girls on the other team were way better than us, and I don't really want to go again, but I'm going to because I'm a team player.
Wow.
But football is the worst sport. Next to baseball. Baseball's worse.
I think I would have fun playing baseball.
It's so boring.
Yeah.
It's so boring. Football is so, like, if you're not the quarterback or the one catching the ball, you're not doing anything, and it's so boring.
Yeah, I like volleyball. That's my go-to.
Volleyball's sick. Volleyball and basketball, sick. Soccer, sick.
I wish I had a volleyball league.
There's so many in LA. There's got to be so
I
many.
know. I'm just shy. Oh my
Or you
gosh.
could play Colette.
Speaking of sports, have you heard about the new she's all over TikTok. Everyone's saying she's causing their sexual awakening. She's hot. She's a basketball player.
Caitlin, is it Caitlin Clark?
Nope, she's not the one, surprisingly. Dude,
Wait,
I don't know what's going on,
Caitlin
but
Clark?
women's basketball is having like a thing, you know? A renaissance.
Caitlin Clark is a basketball player. Okay.
Well, I know, but it's not that one. It's Paige Buckers.
Okay.
Everyone is saying she is the hottest little basketball player out there. And she's all over my TikTok, just fan cams. Let me find one.
Women's basketball is huge right now, which is sick. I love that.
It is. It's really cool. But it's so she's all over TikTok, like these fan cams that like make her super hot, and all these girlies are like, wait a second, I'm attracted to this woman. I'm confused. But then
it's like Simba.
Yeah, but then turns out Paige, who's all these people are having crushes on, she's straight. I'm like,
no!
What? So I just learned this.
That's so messed up.
So funny. Let me find a fan cam. I did start watching a bunch of the fan cams because I was like, what has she got that they're all talking about? And then I watched it and I was like, oh, I get it.
I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of Caitlin Clark, but I've seen highlights of Caitlin Clark. I haven't seen any fan cams. That's funny. Occasionally, very occasionally, I'll get a Hassan fan cam.
Oh my gosh, Hassan fan cams are so funny.
I don't like them.
Wait 1 second.
Who was it recently that I was around somebody recently that was talking about Hassan? Like Hassan being attractive. And I was just like, okay.
I'm trying to find one. These are all insane. I'm trying to find like an appropriate one. I'll find it on the Patreon.
Wait, so is she college? They're college basketball players?
Yeah, she's college. I
Women's
don't know why I can't find one right now.
Women's sports rule.
But she does this thing where she like flexes and everyone loses their mind. And there's a bunch of really beautiful women on TikTok that are like, I want her so bad. And I'm like, could you imagine?
I've never had
being
that happen
wanted
as
by a
streamer.
bunch of beautiful women. Yeah.
I don't recall ever having women say that.
Lust after you. I just assumed that it was happening because she's lesbian, but she's not. I guess she's straight. Oh, here, this is the one. I found it. This is the TikTok. It's good. She's pretty hot.
Okay. Excellent. Let's see it.
Let's see if all the ladies watching realize to add an extra color to their flag.
Paige. Oh. Okay. She's cute.
What do you think? You don't love her like I love her?
I can't say that it did it for me. No.
Wow. Okay, she's just not your type, I suppose.
She looked very much. It looked like a college athlete fan cam to me, and I don't know how to describe it other than that or another way.
What's so funny to me is I didn't even find her on my own. What happened was I feel like I've been indoctrinated in this fall in love with Paige thing because I come across a TikTok that's like, hey girlies, if you are getting Paige fan cams on your timeline, it's because
you're gay. Yeah.
It's
because
you
don't know
gay.
it.
And I'm like,
that's funny. That's such an internet thing, dude.
So then, but I wasn't getting Paige on my timeline. I just got the lady saying that. And then I was like, well, I got to check this Paige girl out. I got a girl crusher too.
Wait,
so then I go to Paige.
But that's so meta because that's your way in.
Yeah.
So you being curious about that does make you bi.
Well, and now she's all over my timeline, and now I keep getting these fan cams, and I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, now that's so
now
funny.
I'm bi, I suppose.
That's so funny. Wait,
she's too young for me though. She's 22.
Oh, completely unrelated.
Yeah. And there's much hotter girls that and I have a boyfriend. I did see this was the funniest one. There was this girl laying on the ground, like in her TikTok, and she was crying. She's like crying because you're so in love with Paige, but you're straight and you also have a boyfriend.
Oh, I've seen.
And I was like, that's me.
Stuff like that. Completely unrelated to this subject, but related to TikTok. I don't remember why I came across it, but can we pull up the TikTok that I sent in here last week of Jacob Sartorius? You know that kid?
No.
In my sweatshirt, in my
t-shirt. Like you're talking to somebody else. No.
Got my, your sweat.
What are you talking about?
You'll see.
I'm an NPC, right? Oh my God, do I smell bad? No.
Look at this.
Just got, like,
this is a kid. He like wrote
bad.
this. He wrote this like hit single as a child, and it was funny because he was a child, and now he's like a teen, and he posted this TikTok. The moment my mom caught me videotaping her cheating on my dad.
Huh?
So you wanna play a game?
And it's him promoting a song.
Oh, wow. I was sitting here waiting.
Is he still a child? He looks 12. How old is he?
I don't know this guy.
Sartorius age. Yeah.
How old is he?
Guess.
15?
Can you show his face again? There's no way.
Oh.
Your guess is 15.
Yeah.
He's 21.
Oh.
There's no way. Google says he's 21. There's no way. Wait, is this recent?
Should we bully him on the internet for the sake of our own entertainment? Be honest.
Is this bullying?
Yeah, you got a stupid ass baby face guy.
Okay,
I don't know.
now it's bullying. It wasn't bullying before.
Sorry, my bad. I thought that's what we were doing.
No, that is what he looks like now. Wow, he's 21.
He's gonna age well.
That's incredible. Wow. Anyway, I just wanted to share that drum. I thought it was fun and fresh. Do you think that that's real?
What? That his
you
mom
think
is
that was a real video of him videotaping his mom cheating on his dad?
No, I don't think so, but I do think that's genius.
It is really
I recorded one of my own TikToks. It was this guy being like, where are all the good women? Where'd they go? And I was eating Taco Bell at the time, and it was 2 a.m, so I thought it'd be funny to stitch it and say, we're eating Taco Bell and waiting for the new Taylor Swift album to come out. Leave us alone. And I did it thinking I was on my fucking Anthony Jeselnik shit. Turns out, not funny. I flopped. So I gave up my TikTok career, and I'm done.
You've made a couple TikToks on your own lately.
Well, I keep
She's on the
deleting
grind.
them.
Really?
Because they're bad. They embarrass me, yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, so my TikTok career is over.
What we haven't talked about yet, the reason that Cutie has books behind her is because
the Tortured Poets Department.
Is it really 31 songs?
Dude, that bitch.
That's crazy.
You're so... Did I ever talk? It's so funny because the day before the album came out, I was talking to Peach and Cinna because they're at my house for Master Baker, and they were like, what's like some lore that we should know going into this album? And I was like, okay. She announced at the Grammys, and she said that she wrote it 2 years ago, and this 2 keeps popping up everywhere, so people think there's going to be a double album and blah blah blah. And I tell them this whole thing, and I was like, I don't know. Some people think the double album will be Reputation TB. Some people just think it's going to be a double album, you know. And then funny because they're not even Swifties whatsoever. But then the next day when the double album happens, they're like, "Oh, we're so happy you told us!" Like, like it was just so funny because like
that's cute.
All the Swifties knew it was happening. But yeah, she released 16 songs, and then at 2 a.m., she released the 15 more songs, which the total playtime of her album is 2 hours and 2 minutes.
That's insane.
Maybe it's 2 hours and 22 minutes. Let me triple check. Oh, it's 2 hours and 2 minutes. But yeah, she's
So-
insane. She's an insane lady.
So,
She's insane.
what did you think?
I like it. Picasso. I'm listening through still, I think. Initially, some of the songs I didn't like are the ones that are getting stuck in my head. So I think that's why I usually don't like her radio songs. And I have a feeling that like Down Bad is going to be one of her radio songs. Because it's like, because when I first listened to it, I was like, nah, but then it keeps playing in my head. And I'm like, she got me. She got me. She has this really funny song. Maybe I'll show you in the Patreon episodes. We'll do like 5 songs and I'll force you to listen to them.
That'd be great because I haven't listened to anything.
Yeah, I think that'd be a fun place to start. It's interesting though to see the rhetoric.
Rhetoric?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Like the words that she's saying?
No, the words that other people are saying about the album.
Like the conversation around it. Okay.
Yeah, it's interesting because she is the most famous that she's ever been in her career right now, ever. So I think no matter what, I think it's good that she pulled the Band-Aid off and did an album right now because the pressure would just get more and more and more and more, you know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
and so
that's
I
true.
like that she did it now. But the problem is if it's not like the most iconic fucking thing in the entire world, a hater's gonna hate. Like, she has so many fans right now, but also so many haters right now that the negativity around this album has been a bit exhausting as like a Taylor Swift fan. Like, at the end of the day, I've just always felt like if you don't want to listen to it, don't smile.
Right.
Yeah. And there's just like a lot of people just like kind of even just being angry at Swifties for liking it or being angry at Swifties for like we all have different opinions. I don't like chocolate ice cream that much, but you know, a lot of people do. But if I see you eating chocolate ice cream, I'm not going to go like tell you you're fucking
actual
stupid.
loser.
Yeah. So
You
there's
are
been a
just
lot
like the rest of them. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, there's been a lot of, I feel like, unnecessary negativity, but maybe that's me huffing on copium because I am a fan, but it's just like a lot. But there's also negativity around every album that comes out. Like Beyonce's album that came out, I didn't love Jolene, right? Like, and that's fine, but I'm also not the one replying to people on Twitter and being like, I can't believe you liked this song, you deserve to die. And it's just like crazy. A lot of it is unnecessary.
You know what it is?
Hey, what?
My armchair.
Yes.
Well, okay. My high level armchair is people don't like seeing people succeed and people don't like seeing other people happy. Duh. People don't like seeing how big she is. They're like, there's no way anyone deserves that kind of success. Duh.
Yeah.
Armchair number 2. Never mind. That one's too deep. I was gonna say something about like everybody wants community so bad, you know, and being a part of a fan base is a community, right? It's like we all love Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So you like have something, and if you're not a part of that, or you're like on the outside of that, there's just like counterculture. It's just like so.
Yeah, I mean, it's
rampant, always
cool
has
not to
been.
like what everyone else
Right.
likes, right?
So
it's
everyone's
always
like,
been that
ugh.
way. Like, ew,
I'm
she's
not
so
like that.
annoying. Like,
Yeah,
but it's funny because it's like
get it. They don't.
I don't super love like, you know, Bruno Mars, but whenever his music comes on, I'm not like fucking throwing my coffee on the floor at the airport.
I fuck with Bruno Mars so heavy, actually. So I'm actually really mad that you said that.
Well, I just don't listen to him. But
I think
I think
he's crazy talented.
a lot of the stuff is interesting because as soon as this is what I've noticed. Because a few people have like called me on streams when they're talking about this. A few people have just like messaged me for like my opinion. I think I have a nice position in the Swiftie community because I think I'm pretty level-headed. I think I understand a lot of nuance. And I think there is a lot of nuance with liking Taylor Swift that I think sometimes Swifties don't understand. And I also think a lot of like normies don't understand this album. And this is my opinion. Obviously people can think differently, but this album was very much so felt like it was made for the fans. It wasn't made to convert people. It wasn't made for mass consumption. It feels like it was made for the people that want it. So just like let the people that want it have it, kind of, you know? Like that's my thing. I think a lot of like I had a very interesting conversation with Caroline. She called me on stream and she had kind of already made up her mind I think I was able to I think we were able to meet in the middle in some places, but Taylor has 2 songs about Kim Kardashian and like that whole situation that happened, you know? Right. And Caroline's opinion was, man, this happened 8 years ago. Why is she still talking about it? Like she should grow up. Like she should have, you know, her fandom, like she should close that chapter. She should stop talking about it. And my argument was Taylor Swift writes music as fast as I send a text message sometimes. Like, I think she's like gone on record to say she wrote Love Story, one of her biggest bops of all time, in 16 minutes. Like insane, right? Like she just sat down and wrote the song. And so like one of the songs that, again, if you're a Swiftie, there's obviously other things about who this person is about, whatever. But I like to take stuff at what the blonde lady says a lot of the time. And I don't like taking it deeper than that, because just listen to the fucking lady that's giving you the art and don't decide it's about so-and-so because so-and-so, like chill a little bit. But anyway, she has a song about Kim Kardashian. And one of the lines is about how like your daughter's going to come home and sing the words to this mean song that I wrote about you, like go fuck yourself type thing. Yeah. And I know the argument about writing about other people, how it's like pretty poisonous and like leads to people attacking that fandom and blah, blah, blah. You know, I understand that. But just saying get over it is a different argument. Like, hey, this was 8 years ago, get over it. Because essentially Kim Kardashian was posting on her Instagram throughout the Speak Now, Taylor's version that came out, and was like promoting it, like saying like she had an Instagram story with her and North like dancing to Speak Now, and her in a purple dress. She posted on an Instagram story with like lyrics from Speak Now. And it's kind of like, no, you guys aren't friends, you know?
You don't think so that's not an olive branch? What, you think it was like passive?
I think it was just like, kind of like unearned. Like imagine like someone that was a dick to me in my career, and then Streamer Awards happens and they're like posting about like, that they're like,
Streamer
you know,
Awards. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love Streamer Awards. Cutie's so talented when they've never fucking said that to my face or apologized for shit that they did to me. Right? And so I feel that, and you know what happens if that happens to me? I text Maya and I say, oh my fucking God, look at this bitch. Right? But I think what happens is Taylor calls Jack and she writes a song. Like she's like, this annoying thing just happened, and she writes a song, because that's been her coping mechanism for years. 18 years. Like,
yeah, nobody should be bringing a kid into that though. Both Kim and Taylor. That's like not chill at all. I don't like that at all.
That's fair. I could get behind that.
Yeah, she's that. I don't know. I'm sure they're loving parents, but I hate the idea of kids being forced into the spotlight, because we have such a micro lens of a spotlight, you know. And it's like, it can be so hard on both of us. I just can't imagine a child in their full development and them not having that choice. It really stresses me out.
And that's another thing that like I even say is, and I'm not trying, like, this is the funny thing. When I talk about Taylor Swift, sometimes when you say to people, well, just don't listen to the music, they're like, well, it's not just her music. It's her emissions, right? And you're like, whoa, that's crazy, because we were talking about her music. If you want to talk about her emissions, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any Swiftie in the world that's like, yeah, emissions, but also like, could she fly less? Yeah, I think we could all agree on that. But could she fly commercial? I don't think she could, because she couldn't even go to a rehearsal dinner for her friend's wedding without thousands of people standing outside of it. So I don't know how she's supposed to travel safely. I think like shorter trips should be taken by car, but like, you know, I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. And so it's always funny when that's people's retort is like, oh, her album is really bad. Well, don't listen to it. Well, she's destroying the planet. What should she do? Because she does pay a lot of money to like offset her carbon footprint, but that only does so much. It really does. Like, I don't think that solves it, paying off your carbon footprint, but like, I don't know what should she do? I don't know.
The bigger you are, the more people hate you. That's just how it is.
And it's just like the go-to because there's nothing else to go to when arguably she's not even the worst. She doesn't even have the worst carbon footprint, but it's like, that's the thing to go to. And it's like, what do you want? What do you want a fan of her music to say to you about CO2 emissions? I don't know.
I'm not a part of that conversation at all, but I'm sure it's not fun to be
it's
online.
It's just very antagonistic, like all the time. Like even just, you know, shouldn't she be over this? I don't know. I'm not over some shit from 10 years ago.
Yeah.
She just barely wrote a song about her grandma dying 4 years ago, and her grandma died when she was 13. You know, it took her 20 years to write a song about her grandma dying. Like, you can't just decide when people can't write about their feelings. And another thing is, she was a child star, right? I think there's some, you know, I think she's pretty well developed, but I think no matter what, you're a child star, you're going to be a little handicapped in terms of like emotional stunting. Like, so maybe she is singing about, you know, a feud in a way that you wouldn't feel, because that's a lot of sorry, this is really nuanced, but like a lot of people are like, ugh, why does she feel this way? Why is she singing these things? Why does she feel this way? Like all of a sudden you're supposed to hit a certain age and not have feelings. It's really weird. Like I don't super get it, because it's like at the end of the day, you could save so much energy by just saying, I'm just not going to listen to it.
Right. Or just not care.
Yeah. It's just it's so interesting to me, because I don't love the new Ariana Grande. As someone that's been an Ariana Grande fan for years, I don't love the new stuff, but I still will listen to it every once in a while. But I'm not like, you know, I'm not out here being mad at people who love it. I don't love Bruno Mars, but I'm not out here mad, you know,
actual
like
drum.
Well, I'm not mad at people that love Bruno Mars. Like, it's okay. It's okay, guys. We can all listen to different things.
We should go to a Bruno Mars concert for my birthday.
Is
he still doing concerts?
I think he did one in Vegas, like somewhat recently.
Oh, dude, we could go to Vegas for my birthday.
We don't want to go to Vegas for your birthday.
That'd be so fun.
That'd be awful.
I miss Vegas so much.
That'd be awful. I hate Vegas.
So fun. Oh, speaking of Vegas, by the way, last thing, I applied for another Wine About It live at TwitchCon San Diego 2024.
Wow.
So we'll see if we get it. But
if we don't get it, I should book us a venue anyway, and we should just do our own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
So it'll be cute. We could put candles and stuff up.
Yeah, and then the fire marshal will come in and say, take those down.
We could just, honestly, if we don't get it, we could probably literally sell tickets and just do one.
Yeah, maybe, but that sounds like a lot of work, and it also sounds kind of scary.
Come on. I got it.
Yeah,
I could do
maybe.
Oh, my books are moving.
Oh my god, your books are they're so collective. Okay, we're gonna go talk on the Patreon and listen to some songs from the album, get a little synopsis, and cry, probably.
Again, a lot of people I've noticed, even just bringing up Taylor Swift really upsets people. Guys, we've all have different tastes, okay? All right.
If you're mad,
so it's okay.
If you're mad and you're like, you take your little finger and you go, ooh. Oh my god, why am I so mad?
Why am I so mad? Is it because I feel left out? Is it because I'm mad that I don't have the money to buy? What does she really buy? Is it because I'm mad that I don't have a lovely singing voice? Is it because I'm mad that I don't have feelings?
Beautiful blonde hair, long blonde.
Is it because I don't have a boyfriend that plays professional football? Why am I so mad at her?
I don't have a sequin beautiful jumpsuit.
Am I so mad at her fans because they're happy and delusional and I wish I was happy and delusional? Maybe.
Am I mad because I dislike women?
Never.
Also think about
Never.
think about it. Do a little bit of
Think about it.
You know?
Anyway, more Taylor talk on the Patreon because they probably prefer it there, but there was no way we are going to not talk about it here. And I have a fun story for the Patreon.
Wicked. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Like and subscribe. Bye.
I wanted to talk about my social Armageddon. I don't even know what Armageddon means. What does that mean?
Giant asteroid the size of Texas threatens to wipe out everything and everyone on Earth.
Yeah, that works. My social
Okay.
Armageddon. I was doing Master Baker and Cinna and Peach are in town, and Peach wanted to go stream at a bar, right? Bless her freaking soul. Peach and Cinna are very different humans than me. I did an IRL stream last week, and I went to the Taylor Swift pop-up, and I sat there with my phone like this, like I was on FaceTime for 3 hours because I don't love streaming in public. It makes me very shy. Cinna and Peach, they are fine. They can do it. When it comes to like me over on this side of the spectrum and Extra Emily over on this side of the spectrum, they're like a few points away from Extra Emily, and like just like they can do it. They don't care. So we go to Little Tokyo,